Happy Thursday, everyone. I am Scott Welsh, and this is the time we get together to talk about beating the market. And we're going to talk about a very, very controversial, is that the word? Exciting, is that the word? Idiotic, crazy, insane? Maybe all of that. But we're going to talk about going for the big win in your trading, and is it worth it? I've got some numbers for you that I think you might find interesting. But three things we're going to talk about today. The big win is seductive, and it is worth thinking about. Now, whatever conclusions you draw by the end of this video, it's worth thinking about. A big win matters. It can change things. So we need to discuss it, and you need to think about it, and we need to think about it together. Now, is it ridiculous in trading to go for it? Is it? Because until recently, I kind of thought anyone who emailed me saying, "Can you do 100% in a month?" for example, I thought that was just silly. Ho, 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 don't ask me about that. That was a bit nearsighted and closed minded and tunnel vision, don't you think? Is it really ridiculous or is it real? And we talked about it a little bit in Wednesday's newsletter. Please sign up. We're going to talk about it in detail today. And specifically, we're going to talk about what are the chances of getting that big win with just a regular system. And we'll talk about what that means. This is the section where we get to know me. This is a shot of me. I was getting ready to do one of Rob Booker's famous trading conferences. This is a shot of me outside the hotel. I had my nice presenting clothes on. Yeah, the hair was a little long, maybe unprofessional. I mean, you decide. But anyway, just want you to get to know me a little bit better on these Thursday webinars. I've brought this up before. We've talked about it, you and I. But it's worth mentioning it again and again and again, and maybe even 132 more times, that the big win matters. A big win can change a life. There are examples of trading gurus who would not be a guru or talking to you had they not had one big win. One big windfall to set the pace to get that high trading account, that high amount of trading account. I mean, it happened to me. But once you have that big win, then you can calm down. If you're sitting there and you're struggling a little bit and you want that big win, if you get it, it can change things. It's worth talking about. Do we agree? It can make you change your life from an employment standpoint. Screw you, boss. I'm out of here. I just had the big trading win. It can maybe have you more enjoyment, take that vacation, buy that car if you like cars, whatever. A big win is it can do so many things that are good. But, and I say this here, and you can read it on the screen with me, and I may have mentioned it already, but I'm going to mention it again because if you get a big win, you get a big trading account, and then you can calm down. See? It's the people that get that big win and are not self aware about it. They don't realize that it might have been lucky. They don't realize where that big win came from, and they don't appreciate it. They're not thankful for it. And so they take that new trading account and do it again, and it's bye bye. Those are the people that blow up. You never get blown up from getting a big win and being thankful and then being smart from that point on, meaning not risking it all. So that is the biggest reason I want to talk to you about it in newsletters and videos is that can you and I get a big win and then calm the heck down and gradually change our life then for the better? See what I'm saying? But all that being said, is it just ridiculous? Should I just stop? Should you just grind it out? Is going for the big win worth it? I mean, I get these emails. I get a significant number of them. Can you do X amount in a month? Can you do X amount in a year? And they're all big wins. No one's emailing me saying, can I grind out a percent or two a month? Even though that would be awesome. That would make you among the best traders in the world. No one really asked me that. They asked me about robots and they asked me about big wins. And those are pretty much the questions I get. No grinding. Why? Well, it's for the reasons that we just talked about. Everybody wants this guy. That pack of money, that pile of money that changes things, right? To go from nowhere to that, it's exciting. And I'll be honest, it excites me too, right? I'm right there with you. Now, As it turns out, it is not ridiculous to go for the big win. It's not silly to email me and ask me. Ask me, email me. You should, because it's not some internet marketing scheme. It isn't. Well, it probably is if you read it on the internet. But what I'm telling you is it's not ridiculous to want 100% in a month. It's not. It's out there. It's not crazy. It is out there. But it is not exactly a viable strategy if you continue on and do it over and over and over and over and over again. If you play with fire too many times, you're going to get roasted, right? Now, I've got some commentary on this issue, but let's actually give you the odds, okay? Now, this is since 2010. For this one, I took out 2008, 2009. Anyone who has looked at the market knows those are crazy years. We may never see those again, although it happens every 10 years. You know what I mean? Financial crisis. But anyway, has it been about 10 years? Uh-oh. Anyway, I did since 2010, so we took 2009 out of it. I thought that was more relevant to the odds, okay? And here are the numbers. This is not on a crazy black box internet scam. This is on a basic breakout system that anyone can do. I sell a course and a robot on the breakout system. The Turtles produced rules on the internet that you can just read and memorize and do on your own. If price breaks out above the high of a previous number of bars, 20, 40, 50, 60, 100, 200, whatever you want, when price breaks above that, you buy, and when it breaks below that, you sell. Okay? Basic. This is not trickery. Do you understand? And do it on a daily chart. Why? We get bigger runs, we get longer wins. We don't get any flutter up and down and false breakouts. Okay? Basic system available to anyone. Buy one from me, get it for free on the internet. Daily chart. Pretty much the same as the Turtle Rules, or even you could use the Turtle Rules, but the stats on my personal breakout system, there is a 23.3% chance you'll make at least 50% on that one trade. At least 50%. It might be higher. There are examples that made 100% in a month. I talked about it yesterday. There are examples, not a lot since 2010, of months where you would have been up 150%. I can see that in the numbers. It is there. It's not fake. No trickery. Okay? But just for 50%. So if you took your $100,000 worth of savings, you'd have $150,000. You make 50% in a month, 23.3% of the time. And if you weren't as greedy and you just wanted 25% in one single trade in a month, that has a 31% chance. So more than 3 times out of 10, you go to your computer, you press the button, you take that next breakout on the euro dollar, and I didn't say that. I better write that in because if you, for whatever reason, you missed it. Euro dollar. Why euro dollar? Talked about it yesterday. It's because it has the most Forex leverage, okay? On the euro dollar, and you just wanted 25% win, you had a 31% chance, 3 out of 10, more than that. Okay, I mean, how does that sit with you? I wish that you were here so we could discuss over a nice double espresso, right? Press the button, 25%, 31% of chance. Now, here's an interesting stat. The odds using a system like this, because it has stop losses. You understand? This is not you buy and you watch it go to zero. This is a trend following breakout trade, meaning there is a hard stop. Now we are jacking the leverage to the hilt. In US, you can use 4 max lots, and I did that for this strategy as close as I could, right? So this is using max leverage, but even then, the odds of losing the entire account were 0%. Whoa, it makes you want to go out and do it, right? I got a 31% chance to make 25%. I got a 23% chance to make 50. I got 0% chance of losing it all in that trade. Why not? Well, here's why not. since 2010, so that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 8 years, right? Times that a losing streak started losing, the process of losing the whole account were 4. So roughly every other year. Now, think about that. There aren't that many trades on a breakout system on a daily chart. You're trading 4 times a year, right? So you're not getting that many trades. 4 different times it started the process of losing the whole account. So yes, there's a 0% chance you're going to lose it on that one trade, but you get a stop out, you get a stop out, you get a stop out, and you're done. And that happens 4 times in this time period. And consider this, the profit on this breakout system using this leverage really hasn't gone up since 2015. You've pretty much stayed stagnant on this system. Now, that's probably the least important stat because trend following does that. I'm just telling you that you get all these exciting and you press the button, you make 25%. It hasn't happened a lot recently. Well, it has. That's a lie. It's happened in 2017. But there was a dry spell, okay? So yes, it happened recently, but in the past few years, it hasn't happened a lot. There's been just as much losing as there has been winning, and it just hasn't been that exciting. So you need to know that. Not everything is Las Vegas craziness. So there's a bunch of info. How does that make you feel? Right? On one side, does it tempt you? I mean, how great would it be to, like I said, press the button and you get 50% or more in a month or so, right? Maybe a little longer, maybe a little less. That's exciting, right? That could change your life, right? On the other side, maybe the next time you press the button, it's the start of a losing streak where that trading account goes bye-bye. Let's break it down. Like I said, it doesn't trade that much. There's only been 60 total trades since 2010. It's not a lot. Remember, I said that you lose your whole account 4 times during that period. So, since one trade doesn't lose at all, a losing streak, depending on if it's a full stop out or if it's just a medium stop out, the losing streak is about 2 to 4 trades. So you press a button, you lose, press a button, you lose, press a button, you lose, and you're done. So let's use those numbers. If the losing streak that loses it all takes 2 to 4 trades, and it's happened 4 times, then there are about 12 pockets of doom, right? So if each stop out period or margin call period, 4 of them took 4 trades, that's 16 series of trades, right? That's 16 trades out there that will end. So if you cut that down to just say there's 3, it takes 3 trades to lose it. That's happened 4 times. So there's 4 times 3 equals 12 pockets of doom, right? You don't need to know the math. That just means that there's about a 20% chance that you'll lose it all. So let's go back. There's a 31% chance you might make 25%, but there's a 20% chance you'll lose it all. How does that feel? There is a 23% chance you'll make 50%, and there's a 20% chance you'll lose it all. Is that scary or is that exciting? How are you with risk? I'm not great with it. I'm getting better at it. Maybe you're better than I am. Bottom line is this. First commentary, and I know there's a lot of words, so just listen to my voice. Regulation in the Forex or period is for the birds. Regulation is garbage. And I'm not a very political person, and this is not a political statement. I'm only speaking selfishly and logically and philosophically about regulation in the trading market specifically. Got it? Regulation is garbage. It's for the birds. Actually, as I say on the screen, the birds don't deserve it. The birds deserve better than regulation. It's awful. I just listened to a podcast in the last week from the president and owner of Dunn Capital. If not one of the longest running trend following firms, manages, I think they're over $1 billion. This is a guy who's been around and is still doing it and is the best in the world at it. He said on a podcast that regulation doesn't stop anyone from doing bad things, but it does stop managers from doing good things, right? That's garbage, right? Regulation is garbage. But giving less Forex leverage or futures leverage or leverage period, if someone is responsible, regulation hurts them. It allows them to make less money for their clients. And all this regulation and compliance means they can't talk about how good it is. There are people, me included, although I'm not a accredited service advisor. What's it called? National, you know what I mean, futures advisor. I am not that. I don't want to take the tests because it's, I don't know. I might. Okay, let's talk about that some other time. But there are people who are regulated, strangled by compliance laws that says they can't talk about how great their system is. They can't say, listen, we've made 30% a year in the last 3 years. Well, you have to qualify and say, da, da, da. Regulation is garbage. Do you understand? It's worthless, busy work that hurts people. Yes, it might save us from ourselves. An uneducated person, giving them leverage, I can see what you're saying. But don't be uneducated, right? Use stop losses. Or if you don't use stop losses, small trade size. For the people who are responsible, it hurts them. It hurts good people, and I do not like it. Right? Now, like I said, it is unnecessary if you have a stop loss. Got it? We're with you? I had to talk about that second bullet point. Now, as far as going for it anyway, as far as, yes, we're regulated, but there's still crazy amounts to be made, I am officially not recommending anything that I've talked about in the newsletter or today. Again, these are all hypothetical numbers anyway, just for entertainment and education, right? But I am not advocating doing this. I don't think that the percentages are high enough. If and when I find something that is doable as a repeatable system, we will talk about it, and I will actually do it with my own money. I am not doing that yet. But like I said, it's very helpful thought experiment. And it very well might lead to something exciting. Opening your mind leads to new ideas, and I am definitely have some new ideas. I'm definitely interested in investigating this further. We have to get better at going for it. I don't know if this is the way. In fact, I'm saying it's not the way, but we have to get better at going for it smartly, and this can help us, right? That's all for this week. You can find all my courses with all the robots for now on kajabinext.com. I think we've reached over 1,110, maybe 1,120 now. It's growing like crazy. Please subscribe and join the newsletter by going to scottwelsh.me. That's my website. Click on the button and you'll be a member of the Wednesday newsletter where we talk about all sorts of fun things. And there's contact information. All right, everyone, that is all for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. I surely did, and I'll be back to talk to you again very soon. Bye for now.